Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Louise of Emmasknits and today I'm going to be talking about my spring knitting plans. Now, if any of you have already seen my New Year knitting plans, you'll have some idea of what garments I'm looking to make throughout the year. I am going to include a few of those in today's video, along with some accessories and some lighter weight type garments due to it being so much more sunnier later, which I'm really enjoying as we go into spring. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Just before I begin though, I'm going to get into sort of the vibe I've been looking at and the aesthetics that I've been exploring for my spring look. So I'm going to include a video of me on my Pinterest because if you know me, you know I love Pinterest and it's where I get all my ideas and where I put together all the collections of things that I want to make and ideas that I'm looking at. So here's a little video of my spring knitting plans for 2025, and I've got a lot of sort of smaller accessories, mostly crochet. And if you did watch my last video, I did say that crochet, the inspiration and the motivation to make something out of crochet for me always comes when it gets a little brighter outside. And I don't really know why, because it's not like crochet can't be like a winter garment or a winter accessory, but for some reason I think of summer when I think of crochet. So I've got really nice small sort of delicate crochet pieces for sort of hair accessories, looking at bags and things like that. But there's a few things on there and I will get into more detail now. But first, I'm just going to really quickly recap some of the makes I have already mentioned in previous videos. So first up, I have the next garment I'm going to be making, which is the Clematis cardigan by Emmasknits. And then I'm also planning to make the Clematis vest, also by Emmasknits. I'm fully and ready to go. I have the yarn in stash, so those will be getting cast on in the next week or so. Something else I also want to make in the next few months is the Busan sweater, which I've also previously mentioned some interest in, by Aegyo. This is a really beautiful jumper, and if you've been following my Instagram, you know I've got a real kick for cables right now, and just that centre cable down the front looks so satisfying to knit that I can't wait. So I've got a bit of planning going on for that. I don't know what I'm going to make it out of yet. My yarn ban is coming to an end in April, which is just a few days away, so I can buy yarn again. So I've got some planning to do around that and choose out what colour I'm going to want to make it in and what fibre and stuff like that. So really exciting plans. And then the next idea I have coming up is I want to make something out of sort of like a crochet mesh, maybe a top, or sort of like vest type cardigan or something, and I want it to be worked topped down. So if you'll notice, everything I've just mentioned of those 3 to 4 things are all worked top down construction, because I mentioned in my New Year knitting plans video that I really wanted to start look at top down construction in garments particularly, and I wanted to start looking at a lot of design elements, especially for like shaping around shoulders and stuff like that, and I just really wanted to learn more, and that I think is the skill I want to take on this year when it comes to my knitting and working in crochet and sort of the knitwear pieces I make, potentially design, because I really want to get better at sort of working at shaping and having an idea of how yokes in particular work a lot more, and having an idea of that a lot more than I do now. So yeah, all top-down construction, all different types of top-down construction, and I'm really excited to look at how the mesh works on these tops in particular, because of course the shaping, you must have to work that a certain way so that it fits the way that it does. But really excited, and I'm excited for stuff like that because I love the idea of sort of layering these tops with like t-shirts underneath. I love the idea of it like sort of working it down slightly further and turning the mesh into sort of like a dress and then wearing it with a t-shirt dress. That really appeals to me as a look. I really like the idea of that. I think it's just such a lovely sort of sunny day out kind of outfit. Okay, so the next things that I've been looking at are I've been really needing to think of ideas of what to do for the next few episodes of 100 grams or less, which, if you don't know about, is my TikTok series that I'm doing at the minute. And I've got 12 episodes in total, and I've been thinking about what I can do with 100 grams or less. And I came across these really cute sort of mesh bags. Now, I don't know if they're going to be included, but I really loved the idea of how in this one particular post on Pinterest, they had so many different styles of how to do the mesh bag. That was really, really appealed to me. I was like, oh, I want to save this. I want to look at this and see what I might be able to do with that. So yeah. Next up, I have the famous Sophie scarf. Yes, I'm finally making one. I can't believe it either. I'm doing it. It feels like I did it really, really late in my knitting journey. It feels like everyone's already made one. But I will be making the Sophie scarf by Petite Knit, and I'm excited for it. It probably will feature in one of my episodes of 100 grams or less because, of course, it's so small. But as well, I think it's just going to be a really great stash buster. It's probably not going to be the last one that I make, even though it's my first one, because I feel like I'm really going to like the pattern, because obviously we love garter over here at Rebecca Louise Knits. So next up I have the, I think it's the Headband by Petite Knit. I don't know the name of it. I will put the name here. So yeah, this is one of her new patterns that just came out. It's like a double knit ribbed headband. I'm going to be making that because I'm walking a bit more now that it's brightened up and getting some exercise in. So I thought it would be really lovely accessory to wear when I go out and do that in my mornings. Because it's still a little bit cold. It's still a little bit cold. So I thought that's ideal for going out and going for a run or just a walk or something like that. I thought just a really, really nice accessory. So we're going to be doing that. And then I've been looking at this really, really fun, like sort of crochet headscarf, which I sort of love. I've got an idea of what I want to make it out of and how I'd like to style it and everything. So I'm thinking this is definitely a potential make for spring that I can probably carry on into summer when wearing it. And I think a lovely, I don't know, I just really liked this image. I was like, I love this. And my hair's getting a lot longer, so I think it'd be really cute to wear it with the length of hair that I'm getting now. So yeah. Okay, I've also got this really, really cute little crochet sort of ribbon hair tie that I saw in this picture, and I thought that's really, really cute. Very, very, like, really, really simplistic as a make, but it could probably be quite a versatile product, which again, I loved. I love making something that's going to have all these multiple purposes. Those just really appeal for me because I feel like I'm getting more than one thing out of the make, if that makes sense. Like, it's like a 2 or 3 for 1, if that makes sense, when you make something and then all of a sudden it can be worked in all these different ways. But yeah, okay, that's pretty much everything from the lookbook that I had and that I'd made on Pinterest. I'm gonna tag the Pinterest board below so you can check that out, and I encourage you to make your own Pinterest spring knitting plans board because it was a lot of fun looking at all different ideas and finding out the looks that I wanted to create going into spring and exploring colours for the new year and all things like that. So I really love doing it, and if you love making or creating anything in particular, I encourage you to get on the app and just explore, have fun. So I've got 2 more things that I'm planning to make over the next few months, one of which is the ginger shawl by Adorable Knits. Now, if you have been watching my 100 grams or less series or been anywhere near my Instagram, you will know that I made the ginger scarf in the size medium by Adorable Knits, and I completely fell in love with it. It was my first time working off of a chart to do like cables, and I could not get enough of the stitch repeat. I absolutely loved it. And then I was looking around because I did want to make a bigger shawl, and I had been looking at the Twisted Twine shawl by Adorable Knits, but then when I knew that I could do the same ginger stitch motif on like massive scale, I was like, we're doing that one. I cannot wait to get it casted on and just do that stitch repeat, but for so much longer of a time, because I really, really loved it. And I already have an idea of what I'm going to be making the shawl out of. I do have, see if it'll come out without, I have this lovely grey yarn, focus, there we go, this lovely sort of silvery grey yarn by the craft firm, and this is 100% alpaca yarn, which is grown in Peru. And I had bought it for another shawl, but I'm thinking I might make the ginger one with it because it's the DK weight and it all matches the gauge and everything, so hopefully get that made up. That fell down with it. Hopefully, yeah, I really want to make like another shawl because, like I said, it is still a little cold. It's not summer yet. It's bright, it's cheery, the daffodils are out, but it's still cold. Yeah, I'm very cold. Okay, so the last piece I want to talk about is another shawl. This is Drea Renee Knits new pattern, the Thru Lines shawl, and she brought this out I think last month, and I just absolutely loved it. I love these shawls that go to like a fine point at both the ends. That's something I really, really like about that, and I love how she styled it in the video and how you can wrap it like twice around. Yeah, really, really love, especially for going out on my walks and everything, because I know that she loves to walk, and so she was like, it was the perfect thing to just wrap around you when you pop out on these walks. We want it to get brighter, we want it to get a bit warmer, but in the meantime we still need to stay wrapped up and warm and looking after ourselves, and I think a shawl's a perfect way to do that. So yeah, I'm looking at colours and ideas of what I'd like to use for the Thru Lines. I'd love to use stash, but I'm going to try and figure out if I have enough in the weights that you need for the pattern. But yeah, absolutely loved. And of course, Drea Renee Knits, we know I absolutely love her. And if you haven't seen my Instagram yet, you can check out all the parts of me making Framed are finished. It was finished off a week or so ago, and I'm in love. I absolutely love it. I'm so happy with my Framed and the colours I chose. But yeah, that's it for all the ideas that I'm looking at and the makes that I'm planning to do. Again, whether we'll get through them is debatable, but I'm really, really excited for spring. I'm excited for what I'm going to be making. I'm excited to continue my 100 grams or less series. Again, linked below. TikTok, all my links will be below. I'll also reference everything that I've talked about today, especially the patterns and any yarns I've included. And yeah, tell me what you're going to be making in spring in the comments. I really would love to know. Tell me what you like about spring. I want to talk. Let's comment. Let's start a conversation. What do you like about spring? What are you planning to make in spring? Oh, and if you're planning to make anything I've mentioned, please let me know. I would love to know. So thanks everyone. I've been Rebecca Louise of Rebecca Louise Knits, and this has been my spring knitting plans video. Thanks everyone. Remember to give it a like and click the little bell if you want to see when I post next, and subscribe. Thank you.